Another question I have is, for folks who have a loved one or a friend that they see is going through some distress related to um, a current or past sexual assault, like what kind of advice that you can offer them to support someone. Um, they might see that person having a really hard time and they don't know what to do. What would you suggest?
I think it's first and foremost, one of the best things you can do for a friend or a loved one is just listen. And that is probably the greatest gift that anybody can give to you, is just to sit and listen and know your own limits within that. Let them tell you what they need. Don't assume that, oh, well, no, you need to go to the hospital, or you need to, go to a transition house, or you need to do this. The survivor doesn't need to do anything. It's completely within their control over what is going to work for them. So it is really important to listen and to, if they are wanting help reaching out for services, is you can help them with that, but make sure that that is within with what the survivor is actually wanting at that point in time. Probably the most important thing is to know your own limits. So if you can't hear what they need to say, or if you don't have the time to do that, is go, hey, I really do want to talk to you. I want to have this time. I can't do it right now. My kids are due for their school lesson or whatever needs to happen, and set the limits that you need to in order to really be there for that person when they need you, so that both of you are coming into that place in a place of complete support for each other.
Yeah, I would just echo everything Karen said. And I think something that's really challenging to do is watch someone you care about suffer when you think they should be doing things differently, or you've done it another way that's been helpful for you. But the reality is everyone's individual journey and process and needs are so different around this, and you really need to let that person lead, to support them in whatever choices they're making, and really let go of your own needs to not see them suffer, because it's really hard to see people that you care about challenged in that way. But one of the most, I think, important pieces in supporting someone who's been through an experience like this, which is such a violation and a loss of your own choice and control and power, is to give that back to them, right? To support their own choice, their own power in the situation. And as Karen said, you can be totally informed about resources and know things, but letting them lead. Yeah, and getting the support that you need. I don't know, Karen could probably answer this better. We do offer in our crisis program, we offer 1 to 2 sessions for supporters to help navigate the challenges that do exist supporting someone. I'm not sure, my guess is we're probably prioritizing those people a little less right now. I don't know if you want to say anything about, Karen, how we're doing that right now, but
we're prioritizing everybody the exact same way as we always have. So generally what Shannon's talking about is, for instance, if you are a youth, or you've experienced a sexual assault in the last couple of months, you generally would be seen more quickly within our crisis program than someone who, where it happened over a year ago and they're just having some difficulty coping, but may be able to wait a little bit. Supporters are also within that program, and we will bring them in as quickly as we can to offer a couple of sessions. So please don't hesitate to reach out for support for yourself as well.
So I'm wondering, in this time that we are all adapting to, if for each of you, if you'd be open to speak to anything that's been coming up for each of you around, questions, concerns, suggestions. Maybe you've been, musing about things as we all sit in isolation from each other. If you don't have anything, that's fine, but just want to open the floor for any other thoughts you might want to share.
It's been a particularly challenging time. Because we work in conjunction with the forensic nurse examiners in the sexual assault response team, and daily the hospital, Vancouver Island Health Authority is bringing in new procedures, new processes. So it's always kind of, sometimes on a daily basis, kind of looking at that and going, okay, well, how does this impact how we actually respond to survivors? How can we, get this information out? Does it need to go out, or does it need to just be responded to at that particular time? So it's constantly revising all of the procedures that we put in place and making sure that everyone's needs are met in the best way possible. So that's definitely been challenging. The other challenge is also working remotely from each other. You can't just pop next door and say, hey, what about this? Or, have you thought of, or have you touched base with so-and-so? It's a little bit more difficult to do those kind of on-the-fly check-ins with people, with other staff members. But I think we're somewhat working through that, but it adds an extra layer definitely to how we as workers are responding to each other.
Yeah, I definitely echo that last piece that Karen said. In doing this work, I'm so used to my coworkers being like the major part of my support network and being able to do this work. And having this experience now of weeks without actually seeing any of my coworkers, I'm like, oh yeah, I really miss, if I have something to ask or want to consult on something, just being able to walk down the hallway. So you're drawing that out perspective of we're all having that experience to some degree right now, that the networks that we were accessing before, I'm sure we're all accessing in different ways. Or maybe not. Maybe you have an experience of being really isolated before, and now you're like, whoa, everyone's experiencing what my life is like day to day, right? It could come in different ways, but just, I think for me, that's been re-anchoring into noticing when I'm feeling that lack of support or needing it, and finding other ways to reach it, whether it be emailing or calling someone, checking in those ways. And the other piece is just keeping to take that step back in the larger perspective when you are feeling overwhelmed, when things, like, it makes sense right now to not be able to function in the way that you're used to being able to function, because all of us are dealing with way too much information, right? Like the human body, brain, being can only process a certain amount of information. And just as Karen was saying, the way things are changing day to day, all the different information coming in, there's no way we can integrate all of that and make clear decisions about what to do. So it's normal to be overwhelmed, to not know what to do, to not feel like, to not be able to listen to the news. It's okay not to be up to date on everything. And I think just, really normalizing that, taking a step back and having this broader perspective of, I feel totally overwhelmed, my emotions are hard to regulate, things are up and down. One day I'm great, and I love this like space we've gotten. One day I think the world's gonna end. That's normal. So I think every now and again I need to step back and remind myself, oh yeah, there's this huge global crisis going on. All of us are responding, because it is like a global trauma in a way, right? There's a lot of fear, there's uncertainty, and we're all going to cope with that in really different ways, and they're going to look really differently day to day. So just giving yourself permission for that, normalizing that it doesn't mean you're, there's the whole piece around, what are you doing with your isolation time? You should be getting a at-home university degree, or like, sewing all of the world masks. And like, if that's your way of coping and that's working for you, great. But if your way of coping is to curl up in the fetal position and watch Netflix for 2 days, that's okay too. So just normalizing all that we're in a really unprecedented and abnormal time. And it makes a lot of sense that you could be responding in all sorts of different ways.
Well, Shannon and Karen, thank you so much for joining me today to do this video. And as we sort of exit our chat together, anything, like 2 or 3 things you could leave people with that they can know about us or be thinking about?
I think I just want to emphasize that we are here for you. We are open, and we'll try and meet your needs as best as we possibly can. And for the most part, that's going to be pretty much like we normally have. So don't feel like you need to hold back or hold everything in. Just reach out to us as you can.
Yeah, similarly so, I think, yeah, all of us at the center do this work for, you know, many different personal reasons, but all of us come from like just a deep place of heart of wanting to be there and support people and care about the experiences that people have had around sexualized violence, and want to be there. And so to trust that we're doing our best, and there's all sorts of barriers at this point in time, some of which have existed long before this systemically to people accessing our services, our own funding, and it, you know, sometimes it's hard for us to respond to you in that moment when you reach out, which I know can be really hard to receive. You know, if you've been sitting at home being like, am I going to call? Am I going to call? Am I going to call for months? And then you call and you don't hear back for weeks. That can be really disheartening. So I guess what I just want to emphasize is it's not because we aren't here for you, and it's not because we aren't, you know, wanting to support you. And that despite those systemic barriers and things coming up, that, as Karen said, we are here. And you can trust that we're doing what we need to do on our end to be able to be grounded and present and hold space for you. That's another big piece that's come up. All my clients have been like, I keep wanting to ask, are you okay? Like, and I'm like, don't worry, that's my job, is to make sure I'm okay. And if I'm not okay, I won't come to our sessions. I'll let you know. So yeah, so trusting that, yeah, we work together as a team at the center and are here.
Yeah, I do want to emphasize that aspect of the teamwork and the commitment, because even while individually all of us that work here are adapting in our own way, everyone has shown up to embrace the technological changes, the different ways of doing things. People are supporting each other and checking in. So we really here at VSAC are modeling together what we want to offer for other people as well. So just having that broader sense of wellness and acceptance for each other as we go through these changes. So I'm looking forward to of also doing more of these videos and sharing more with our partners and clients and people who need our services. So thank you again, Shannon and Karen, so much for meeting together today to have this important conversation.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Elijah.
Take care.
You too. Bye.